Hey there, Citizen Paler here, and welcome back. So, bit of an impromptu video here. First, let me apologize. It is going to be on widescreen. I wasn't expecting to capture this footage. I got back from a work trip. I've been on the road for a while. Booted up, and there was like 4 patches for the PTU. So I was like, all right, let's see what we got going. And some new missions were in. I started doing one, and then I'm like, I should record this. So yeah, the footage was captured in widescreen. It is what it is. But this is just going to be, I'm going to talk a few minutes here, and then I'm just going to cut it to the gameplay footage. Essentially, what we now have is the second part of the Citizen Con demo, going down to a bunker where there's a bunch of turrets and stuff. And doing that, I did see the mission come up actually further down satellite that could have led into this. It seems like 1 or 2 of them rotate at a time, so when it pops up, if someone grabs it before you get it, you gotta wait for it to come back around. But this was just the second half of it, and it was quite good, I guess. It definitely was a nice change of pace from a lot of the other missions that you could do, and it got me thinking of, there's a lot of not ideas, but a lot of consideration that could be taken into this. So when I picked this mission up, I was just kind of running around. I had reset the account had been reset for it. So I was like, I'm looking at the mission log and I'm like, well, what do I need? On my character, I had my sidearm. I have the Devastator shotgun with 1 magazine, and that was it. I didn't have any armor. So I'm there at Hurston, like, okay, what do I do? So first thing I ran over to the main business district area, and I picked up a new front gun for the Vanguard in order to give it a laser cannon on the front, because the ballistic cannon just sucks. So I replaced the front gun on it. Then I ran over to the armor shop, picked up some basic armor, some medium armor, heavy arm pieces. Then I went to a R&R shop and had to pick up some guns, because all I had was the basic ones. So I had to pick up some guns and weapons. And then finally, after like 15 minutes of preparation work, I was able to jump in and start doing this mission. There was a fair bit of downtime in this second part here, and we're actually going to pick up right after that, where the closest nav jump point on Hurston was about 500 kilometers away. So I had to circle the Hurston planet about 500 kilometers before I could cut in. So the video obviously started off around 100 kilometers up once I actually started diving in, but that took about 10 minutes. But once I got in, it was a nice change of experience. It was definitely, it got my mind rolling. Like, I've been going through trying to find a way to set up the best keyboard and mouse / also joystick possibility for playing the game, because flying non-gimbaled weapons, you get to go to larger size up, or removing the gimbals entirely, not gimbal locked. You get to go larger size up, you get to fire, heavier calibers. It's also easier, but doing so tends to mean moving the chair back, finding this the right setup, and that only works when you're not then jumping back on the keyboard and mouse. And now this mission here had me spend roughly half my time in my ship, and then roughly half my time on foot. And there's kind of a cool consideration there, and that got me thinking, like, does this game maybe need to find perhaps one of 2 ways? Does the game need to find a better balance where keyboard and mouse is a lot more viable, or close to as viable as joystick is, because you're going to be spending half your time flying and half your time on foot, or is it maybe go the other way, where if you are a pilot, you spend 90% of your time in the cockpit and you fly ships that can carry crew, or you escort ships that can carry crew, and you take on missions and do these things in a known organized event. So if you got your HOTAS set up, or your dual joysticks, and you got everything all perfect, you're doing so knowing that you're not really going to be pressing the keyboard and mouse a lot, but you're also not really going to be taking part in a lot of the ground-based combat. And by doing so, you can really specialize in things. Or you're the other way around, and you're going to spend most of your time either just flying around quickly from A to B, not really getting into dogfights, or you're going to be riding in the back of somebody else's ship, and then when they land, you're off on foot, maybe with a dragonfly or whatever. So that's one way you could go. The other way they could go, like I said, was before that, was maybe they have to kind of balance things out a little bit better, that you can do both keyboard and mouse flight plus then on foot ground combat a little bit easier. It's just a a concept that got rolling in my mind. This also got me thinking that, like, for this patch coming out, there's some really cool ideas for 2-3 person play. These missions now, where you could go ahead and, is it better to take out, say, 2 single person fighters, 2 little light fighters? You start at Lorville, you can pick up these missions and you can get around the planet relatively fast. You get up to atmosphere, cruise across, come back down in fairly quick, where you're not going to be doing a whole lot of quantum travel, and do that. Or do you maybe take something like a Freelancer or a Cutlass, even the Valkyrie, where you take a little bit longer to get there, but you take just one thing in, the one person comes down, the other person gets out the back, because, like, you'll see when we come down, and once I've done all this, post-audit commentary here, so I don't know exactly where this is going to be in the footage, where, like, I wasn't sure, well, how long is it going to take these turrets to respawn? So I actually parked my ship on the other side of a ridge. That way, if the turrets respawned when I was down inside, they wouldn't turn and blow my ship up before I could get back out. So I was like, yeah, let's park over here. Well, you could also do the fact where, like, if you take, one ship with 2 people, you drop, they take the dragonfly in or whatever, you go back up and you continue to circle, you keep the turrets suppressed and everything until they get in, do their thing, and extract back out. Unfortunately, you'll have to do it by using beacons, so you'd have to, like, offer a beacon for the mission reward was 7,000, so you offer your buddy a beacon for 3,500, and after you complete it, boom, they get half of the credit, essentially. But there's a cool little, there's now becoming a bit of a meta game there. What is the most effective way for doing this? Is it 2 small dogfighters and you both go in, you do your thing, and maybe one guy lands and runs down inside and clears everybody else out while the other one stays above? Maybe you both land. One larger ship with some type of ground vehicle where you drop them off a little bit outside and they drive in real quick. That's a cool element that we haven't really had before in game. It's funny though. At least right now, though, it would still be more efficient to do the ECN alerts. While this was 7,000 credits, the fact that it takes you so long to travel Hurston, you're much better off if you want to just make money. Take the ECN alerts, go out into the asteroid belt around Yella, wherever Grimhex is, and just do those ECN alerts, because they're like 1,800 credits a pop, and you can just quantum from one to the next, and you can do about one every 3 minutes. So in terms of efficiency, this wasn't that good, but in terms of actually showing some of these larger mechanics coming together within game, I was really impressed. I quite enjoyed it, and I want to jump in with some more people. Beyond that, the overall impressions, the patch it seems ready to go. They might hold it another day over until Friday, just so it's like, Merry Christmas, everybody. Here's 3.4. We're off until January 2nd. Have a great time. But this patch seems to be running really well. The performance is strong. No crashes, no real issues along that lines. A lot of the little things seem to have mostly worked out. Like when you approach a landing pad or whatever and you request landing permissions, like the audio seems to work now. It's not a major thing, but I haven't really had the audio bug out on me. I'm sure maybe your mileage may vary on that, and as I spend more time with it, mine might change. The AI seems to be working a little bit better, though the AI in the bunker are still pretty damn dumb. But yeah, like the AI on all staying on top of each other or whatever doesn't seem to be a thing so much anymore. It's not perfect, still has a ways to go, but this patch seems to be quite strong. I would expect we're going to have a couple bugs, and around January 10th or something, we'll get like a 3.41 or 3.42 or so to iron out the bugs, but I think we'll have a good close to 3 months to really play 3.4 before 3.5 drops, and I'm looking forward to it. The amount of missions and stuff, just really diving in, and, okay, I have my Vanguard, this gun on the front nose, and we're going to change out the cooler here, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to tweak my ships a little bit more to really dial them in and figure out, really get into the reputations and the best way to make credits and all that stuff. I'm looking forward to it. So, yeah, 3.4 is looking good. There's some footage in the background. I'm going to shut up now. We'll just cut over to game volume. You'll see through the rest of it, and expect more coverage as we dive into the holidays. So until next time, this has been Power. Thanks for watching.
Engines online. Launch complete. Landing gear retracted. Proximity alert. Proximity